I just think how kids don't get, and I want parents to know the difference between always being told, well, we got to work on this goal. I'm still getting goals 44 years later, and I usually fail in them. Because the goals are goals I don't think I can get. But, these goals that they set, they're the goals to be, I guess, normal. And you can't really reach those goals if you're different. I'm not saying setting goals are bad, but they should be goals that are realistic for the person. But everybody wants to make people just like everybody else, and they talk about inclusion and accepting people, but wouldn't part of that mean accepting that they're not like everybody else? I don't care what their disability is. We're different. And I don't think that. I just wish other people would accept that. I've been accepted by some people, even though I'm different, and that's what makes me want to wake up every morning. It's just such a big difference. I spent a lot of my life in the mental health system, so I just seen the difference between someone telling you got to work on your anger issues. Well, you don't really have any anger issues when someone's focusing, not really making that the focus of everything. You know, what really helps a person, I don't know, real friends, real people that just let you join in, even though you're different. Well, I know when I make this video, if it needs, like, edits, they don't baby me. They'll be like, could you fix it? That's real friendship. They don't like, I wouldn't grow in making a video or anything I do if someone didn't point out those mistakes, that positive criticism. When I asked for help on organizing it, because that's what I'm bad at, is putting things in order, she took the extra time to write the steps and orders down to make it easier. So she took that's accommodating and helping someone who would possibly be confused at ordering something. Well, she put it in order for me, and I just got it all set on the computer ready to make. So people doing those little extra things, which I'm, asking to be baby, because they do that, you can do, then I can make the video. I know I'm rambling in this, but just see the big difference between people really helping by real inclusion, real help versus, real people just letting you be a part of their group just the way you are, and learning a little bit about you to help make it possible to participate. And then I grew more in a year from that than a lifetime in a mental health system. And, I'm pretty anti-mental health system because it's all about drugs. And I got worse on drugs. A lot worse. I used to bang my head in the walls. And that was when I was on medication. That ain't a little mild disability either, but I blame medication for that. I've had behaviors off medication when I got really overwhelmed, but they really I was really bad on them. Last time I was on medication, I know Risperdal was one of them. I just kept getting worse and worse and more aggressive because I was hitting myself in the face really hard. Doctor just gave me more and more drugs. I couldn't even walk from the living room to the bathroom. I couldn't think that clear. So any skill I had, like drawing or anything, that was done. And I think there's damage from all that stuff they put in me. I'm a little upset because I left the doctor's office the other day with a new drug. And I've made it really clear that I've gotten worse on them, and they're just like, well, how about this one? So they won't listen. Doctors need to go back to school, because they don't know what they're doing anymore. How can you help somebody if you don't take the time to know what's wrong with them? And this is another subject. Probably going to be doing 20 videos. Now it's just these little tiny kids are diagnosed as schizophrenic. Now I'm not anti-schizophrenia here. I know it's real. I've had schizophrenic friends. But the kid has an imaginary cat or dog. She's just like a little girl. She's on antipsychotics 3 times a day. She says, I think I have schizophrenia because I'm anxious and I get angry. I'm like, well, guess I'm schizophrenic. I mean, how can they do this to these people? These kids they're little babies. They never stop to think. And I will say as parents, I've seen schizophrenics who have been on medication for 10, 15, 20 years. Your kid ain't going to be in very good shape in 20 years if you got him on antipsychotics at age 6. And I've seen real schizophrenia. And I've also seen real children who have imaginary friends, and well, I daydream a lot, so I don't know if I'm the only person who Asperger's who's done this, but when you don't really get out of the house much, I daydream. I'm socializing with people all the time. It's much so I have a desire to socialize. It's just maybe I can do it in a way in my daydreams where the other confusion things aren't there. Would that be like an imaginary friend? I mean, I don't actually see them except in my mind. But I'm a daydreamer. I daydream movies. Anything. I don't know if that's just normal for some people with autism. They have very vivid imaginations. Or if it has something to do with isolation. I mean, logically thinking, if you're by yourself a lot, we all sort of have some kind of need. All I'm thinking about now is that guy on that island in that movie, Tom Hanks, talking to a coconut.